Dear friends of Massive Fortunes, today we'll uncover how young people can become billionaires with crypto. Our journey basically begins online, when a young Ed Craven and a young Bijan Terrani first meet. At that time they were teenagers, and they both loved to play the game Runescape. This was also the first time they showed their business minds, as they developed the in-scheme mechanism, where it was possible to wager on in-game fights using digital gold coins. This venture, called staking, however, was later shut down as they were banned from the platform. However, Craven later said that this was not the primary reason, but he said it was definitely something that the founders of the game didn't look high upon. And while this may have been a setback for some of us, it was just the start of their business journey, as in 2013 they launched their project Primedice. Primedice was just a simple game, where you bet on the outcome of rolling a virtual die using Bitcoin. At that time Bitcoin was trading at around $100. And while the project was rather simple, it was already enough of a success to make it a full-time living for the founders. But as a couple years went by, they became more ambitious. That's why in 2016 they launched two more projects. First, EasyGo, which is a company that is still active in Melbourne, and also Stake.com. Stake.com is still active. It's also a platform that is basically allowing users to participate in casino activities. It's possible to participate in a variety of casino games. And also it's possible to do sports booking, where you bet on the outcome of sports events, all using cryptocurrencies. And let's say their timing was impeccable, as the value of Bitcoin soared and soared, so also did the popularity of their platform. But while everything sounds very smooth sailing at the moment, it was really not. There were a couple of challenges that the founders had to overcome to become very successful. As first, there were a bunch of legal challenges. They had to operate in legal gray areas, and they licensed their project in Curaçao, which was a very questionable decision at that time, as Curaçao is known for being very minimalistic in regulatory oversight. And this was already questioned by some users. Also, just last year, they suffered a terrible hack, losing a total of $41.3 million. And while this is very painful, it's safe to say they dodged the biggest bullet that has been shot at them so far. As their previous businessman, Christopher Freeman, who was also involved in this project, claimed that he was shut out of the project. He claimed that it was all his idea, and he demanded a total of $580 million. While he went to court, the court actually dismissed this case and dropped it, due to lack of jurisdiction. And at the moment they're still having legal problems. They're currently fighting with an Australian company who is claiming that their name Stake.com is actually stolen from them. And while they're still fighting, they're actually still operating in Australia. But it was really not their skill to overcome those obstacles that made them so successful. It was rather their aggressive marketing, as they've been really aggressive since they started. As when they started, they paid top creators a whole lot of money, of up to $1 million a month, to promote their project. And this has proven to be really successful. What also helped them over time was COVID-19. As with COVID-19, it was not possible to go in casinos, and this helped the growth of the platform more and more. However, the real breakthrough came when they announced a partnership with Drake. At that time, they made a revenue of $100 million. But when they announced the partnership with Drake, along with other factors, they were able to scale it to $2 billion in revenue per year. Since then, they have focused more on the compliance side. They hired legal staff and also expanded into more regulated markets, like the UK, Colombia, Portugal, and Italy. But for those of you who think that this is the end of their business journey, it was really not. They also launched a new project called Kick, which is basically trying to compete with Twitch as a streaming platform. And again, they're trying to pay top content creators a lot to promote their platform. And while so far they have struggled with profitability and growth, they are confident in its future success. And while they've been so successful, the founders also made some recent purchases that are very noticeable. First, Bijan Terrani purchased for $45 million a townhouse in Manhattan that was famously owned by David Rockefeller. Ed Craven, on the other side, purchased two houses in Melbourne worth approximately $76.8 million. Also, they announced a partnership with an English Premier League team worth $12 million a year, and also a partnership worth $100 million a year with a Formula One team. So what can we take away from this? Well, As we saw so far, it is possible to make a substantial amount of money with crypto at a very young age, and in their case it's not even like a new invention. I mean, the casino business exists for a very long time and is of course very successful. So it is definitely something that young people should look at, as it's possible to already take an existing idea and place it in a new field like crypto that is just developing. This can really make you a lot of money already at a young age. I mean, they are billionaires now. They are 28 and 30, and they already made over $1 billion. So it's definitely something that the young generation should look upon. Definitely something that also the middle generation can look upon. Take existing ideas. You don't need to reinvent something. Sometimes just already existing ideas are the most successful and best ones to pursue. So let me know, what would you do if you have 1 billion? What would you spend it on? Also, maybe you have some ideas on how you can make the first billion. Let me know. I will see you in the next video.